Mormon, I don't know what this look is for my hair, but I just took a big fat dump after getting the Hershey squirts and had to take a shower. So this is just my hair now. Who the fuck disliked my Berserk video? I will find your family. Hey, Wormbot, I saw the Mario movie, though. That was the thing that happened. This is a pretty good movie overall. This is the thing. It happened. There's a lot of CGI, and when you get movies that are all CGI like this, they tend to be very flighty and kind of rushed feeling in terms of, like, plot and everything. Everything happens kind of fast, and just the movie ends and feels like it's been 30 minutes only, and it's just a thing I've noticed. Maybe it's only me, but I swear, like, if a movie is animated as a 3D movie the whole way through, it's gonna feel like things are just flying along. Or really, it's like that with Marvel movies too, since they're like 90% CGI. So yeah, like the plot kind of felt like it rushed along. It was just very flighty. Shut up. But yeah, it was good overall. The end. I liked it. It was a very serviceable, entertaining movie. Can my cat be heard? Cat, say something. I don't care. Oh, I'll start. Well, I already started. But Chris Pratt did pretty good, actually. Like, the first thing you see of the Mario Bros. Is that, like, an extended version of the commercial that they released already and ruined the surprise for. And they're doing, like, horrendous accents, like, from the games, but they're kind of doing it in a cheesier way, so where you could tell they're faking it. And the real accents are, like, Brooklyn accents, which sound more believable and better. Like, when Chris Pratt is doing, like, the Mario accent in their commercial, it actually sounds pretty good. It's just, you know, it'd be weird, I guess, keeping that up for the whole movie. But he does manage to make Mario sound, like, charming and heroic. I don't know. It's easy to forget he's doing it. I was worried it was going to sound like Lego Chris Pratt, man. But it was different and fine. You did okay in it. Nah, he did promise a voice that, like, would wow people, and that never really happened, but, I mean, he did fine. It's just, it was a weird thing to say. You could just said, like, hey, I did alright in this movie, you'll be fine. And we would have been fine. No, really, if you dislike my Berserk video, I will fucking find you. And then also, Charlie Day did good too. It was a weird choice for Luigi being so kind of high-pitched and whiny, but it fit in that movie and added, like, a lot of charm to it, which this movie has a lot of, really. This is a very, very charming movie. There's a lot of it. I was gonna try and burp. And also, he looks like, now I can't fucking remember his name. The Luigi from the Mario Brothers Super Show, the live-action one. God damn it. It's gonna bug me. Danny Wells. He shares half my fucking name. But yeah, he looked like him at times, especially when he was, like, worried and being really expressive. It was cool because, like, his parts in the movie, he got, like, the horror-centric parts. He gets chased by a horde of dry bones. He ends up in the Darklands when he and Mario stumble into a warp pipe trying to save Brooklyn from flooding. They fall into, like, a seldom-used part of the sewer because they keep fucking up sewer pipe jobs, and they go through a warp pipe and get split up, and Mario ends up in, like, the Mushroom Kingdom, Luigi ends up in the Darklands, and it's awesome because the dry bones are actually horrifying, and he eventually gets kidnapped when he escapes from them into a decrepit castle, and there's just a bunch of Shy Guy there that show up in, like, lightning, some shit. And I would have liked to see more of that, but I don't know, it felt like there wasn't a whole lot of Luigi. Once he gets kidnapped, he spends time in a cage and you see him a couple times. Along with this weird Luma that embraces death and wants it. And the Luma is talking about how their only hope from being imprisoned in these hanging cages is the sweet release of death. But he says relief. But I guess he is a baby star thing. What would he know? And like at one point he floats out of his cage, is like hanging onto the bar still. And like, what do you mean? You've been free this whole time, you little fuck. You could fly. And he fits through the bars. Like most of the prisoners could probably fit through the bars, but they can't fly. I guess they could climb. But like Luigi and Mario aren't super anything really until they get like power-ups, which only Mario gets. Mario and Donkey Kong. But yeah, they're kind of just ordinary dudes until they have like super mushrooms and whatever. So Luigi's just stuck. You don't get to see him much. I want more Luigi. Luigi's Mansion spin-off movie would actually be fucking sick. That should be the next movie. But that reminds me of the Donkey Kong Mario fight. Because Mario gets his shit just rocked until he gets a cat suit. And then he fucks Donkey Kong up. Had to be careful with that phrasing. At one point, he gets a mini mushroom on accident because Cranky Kong, in order for Peach to get help from the Donkey Kong army, the Kong army, Mario has to beat Donkey Kong in one-on-one combat, and there's power-ups left everywhere by Cranky to give Mario a fighting chance. And the first one he gets is the fucking mini mushroom. Then it becomes someone's fetish because he's really tiny and Donkey Kong is trying to punch him and crush him and until he gets a cat suit. And also, he takes a fucking beating this whole fight. Like, Donkey Kong is socking the shit out of him, punching him around, drop kicking him, throwing him, uppercutting him and shit. But then Mario gets that cat suit and lights him up. Fucking sends him crashing down through a steel girder and knocks his ass out. And then they get to use the army. And Donkey Kong uses the DK rap as like an entrance theme, almost like wrestler style. Did I mention Seth Rogen is kind of a weird choice for Donkey Kong because he just sounds like himself? Like the characterization was good and he did a good job. He had sort of like a buddy cop hatred thing going on with Mario after their fight, but it was still weird. It was just Seth Rogen talking about making his pecs dance. Also, there was a lot of Donkey Kong looking motherfuckers in the Kong Kingdom. Some of them looked more like Donkey Kong than Donkey Kong. Illumination Donkey Kong was quite a sight. Also, Bowser looked kind of naked because his tum-tum was a very similar color to the rest of him. It just helped nude look. But he was cool. Jack Black Bowser was fucking awesome. At a couple points, he does the Bowser noise. Like when he's finding out about Mario being in the Mushroom Kingdom and possibly stealing Peach from him, he makes like the... I can't even do the noise. But he makes it when he's like breathing in and getting pissed. It's cool. It's very obviously him. He did it. And Charles Martinet shows up as Jumpman, who's like separate from Mario, but he's got Jumpman's original colors, and they're doing like the ad plays, and Mario's like, these accents weren't that bad, were they? And then Jumpman, original Mario, someone looks over and says something in the Mario accent. It was cool. Speaking of the brothers again, this movie like really dove into their relationship. Like it shows a flashback where they're babies and Mario's like super protective of Luigi, and it was cool seeing their baby forms like in this movie. But even as babies, Mario was protective of him, and whenever someone was picking on Luigi, Mario would get like pissed off. He got pissed at Spike at the beginning of the movie, and then this dog was gonna like maul Luigi to death, and Mario was like getting super worried about it. And when they split up, Mario's motivation for doing anything was getting to save Luigi, which it was cool because like the movie wasn't rescuing kidnapped Peach at all. Actually, this movie was woke because Peach was a heroine in her own right the entire time. Even when she has to give in order to save Toad, because Bowser was gonna let Kamek crush Toad unless she married him. Even then, she had a plan to literally ice Bowser's ass at the wedding. So she was never like fully captured and in danger. She was always trying to fight and had plans and things. They also rode on carts. That was a thing. The Kong Kingdom supplied them with carts so that after Mario kicked Donkey Kong's ass, they could ride back to the Mushroom Kingdom before Bowser got there. There was like cool cart fighting and stuff. There was a jerk with a big grinder truck thing. And once they destroyed that, he turned into a blue shell and fucked up their car. Donkey Kong and Mario were on. And then they got eaten by an eel thing, which was like one of the eel things from the game. You know, the game. Oh, and there were like, when they were picking the carts at the Kong Kingdom, Thunderstruck started playing, And then when there was some weird blonde yellow Kong dude that was taking them to Cranky Kong, when they first arrived at the kingdom, Take On Me or Take Me On or whatever started playing, because he was driving along on a track in a cart to get them to the king. And then there's another weird music choice. Oh, I mean, they played I Need a Hero when Mario was training with Peach. She had that course that I mentioned in the trailer video that's set up like levels. So yeah, the music was fucking weird. I didn't really like them using the tracks. They didn't really fit. But they kept doing like these side-scrolling things where to show like two of them working together to run alongside scroll. It was a little disorienting at times, especially when they were trying to get up to Bowser to stop the wedding. Because Donkey Kong and Mario, after they get free of the eel, they go to crash the wedding because Bowser was about to force Peach to marry before she kicked some ice. And Mario gets like the Tanuki suit, Donkey Kong gets the fire flower. This is just a big disorienting action scene where they're working their way up to the Bowser ship and whatnot. It was weird. It was cool, but it was just hard to see anything because I'm getting old and I'm dying. And then the wedding happens, and, well, Bowser, when he's in ice, he's like, fuck the Mushroom Kingdom, I'm gonna shoot a giant, I forget what he called it, it was like a bomber bill. I think that's exactly what he called it. He launched it out of the volcano thing on his ship to land on the fucking Mushroom Kingdom castle. But Mario pisses it off by hitting it in the eye, and then that kind of fucks everything up because he tricks it into going into a warp pipe, which then turns into like a black hole or some shit because it explodes in their weird warp dimension between worlds. And everybody gets sucked. And then there's a fight because Bowser and his ship end up in the real world. And also, I forgot to mention he had the Power Star that he stole from the penguins in their penis towers. And that ends up kind of flying off and landing behind Mario. And Mario got his ass rocked by Bowser, and to the point where he almost gave up. And he was back in the restaurant at the beginning of the movie. And then the commercial plays again, and he gets inspired. And then he goes out, and he's about to get the star, but he's about to get burned. And then Luigi, with the sewer shield, stops the fire. Yep. And then they grab the star, and then, I don't know, this part, I think, kind of sucked. They just become invincible and run through Bowser's army and clap his ass. They do the tail throw. They don't say the thing, because they can't. Even though it's not exactly what was being said, you know, I can't say it. But yeah, they fucking chuck Bowser away, and then Chuck Bowser, isn't that somebody? Oh, Doug Bowser. And then Peach makes Bowser eat a mini mushroom and they put him in a jar. Oh, wait a minute. That never connected before. But yeah, that last part I didn't really like because I was hoping for some clever way where they work together to beat Bowser. Because like I said, they're just normal dudes without any power-ups. Like the mushrooms make them stronger, able to jump, bigger obviously. Cat suit turns Mario into a fucking agile killing machine. Tanuki suit, he flies like Tails with it. He's very agile too and aerodynamic and whatever. Like when the bomber bill's chasing him, he's zipping around. But yeah, the fight, I was hoping because of that, there'd be some clever way they win, but they just get the star, and the theme plays, which is cool. Well, like a remix. Then they just kind of run through everybody, and there's no fight. Bowser just gets fucked. But yeah. No, that's kind of the end. There's an end credit scene with a Yoshi egg. I was hoping to find Wario in a tube. Like Shadow. Shadow! Wario! I was reminded of the music, too, because talk about remix. Like, they use a lot of like Mario Galaxy music. There's theme remixes, remasters, redos in there that are really cool. The parts of the movie that used like licensed songs or whatever, they actually had like orchestrated stuff, but they just didn't use it. But it was there if you wanted it, but I did, and I didn't get it. But yeah, it was the music was, it was cool to hear like such a mix. It was awesome. Like I would have loved to I don't know what. I don't know where that sentence was going. But it was a good movie. Very well animated. Mario looked a lot less creepy once you get used to him and see him in motion and see him in the movie. The voicing was fine. It's just all the end, the climax was kind of, I think, weak. A lot of critics are saying it was just fan service with no plot, but the stuff was just there. There was a lot of references. It was so dense, every frame, coarse and rough, but it wasn't relying on it too much. It was just all there in the background. It was just part of the world. There was a plot. It's just a CGI baby movie. It fucking blew through it. But a good movie overall. I'd actually go see it again. I recommend it. I want to go see it again because when I went to see it, I dropped a bunch of crunch under my ass and kept trying to reach for it. There was a lady that already didn't want to sit next to me. And I bet I made that really, really awkward. And then my fucking water flavor thing I keep with me exploded. And it looked like I got shot because it was cherry. So yeah, I'd like to see it again without shitting and bleeding on myself. Yep, it was a good movie.